Good afternoon. You can hear me well? Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. It's my first time at ㅅNextRise, and I'm really impressed how the last 2 days and a lot of content came in, and a lot of globally minded startup founders that I could meet as well, and amazing companies. So really impressive. This afternoon we wanted to talk about something that's very close to every startup, but technically not only every startup, it's every company should care about how to grow and how to win customers. And maybe not only just in Korea, but thinking globally a little bit. And I'm super happy that I found a very nice gentleman, Mr. Hee-chul from SAP, who's been working hands in hands in helping businesses grow. So Hee-chul, thanks so much.
Thank you, Upen, and hi everyone. My name is Hee-chul Young from SAP Korea, and I am leading the enterprise cloud to helping the customer through the cloud ERP and AI and business transformation. And I'm really excited about with you today to sharing real customer story and what lessons we've seen. I'm also happy to work with a Korean startup going global. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, very nice. And a little bit about me, Upen Barve. I'm based in Berlin, Germany, and I'm also part of representing Germany as a guest country this time. So it was a very nice experience to increase our presence and collaboration. My background is in innovation management and digital transformation and strategies. I work a lot with both, organic innovation as well as ecosystem-led innovation, and how corporates and startups can work together. So super excited to talk about customer acquisition, because customer acquisition is not just a nice-to-have term. It's not a marketing term. It's like a survival skill. We're in the economy of abundance. There will be more startups. There will be more companies who are finding, finding companies on a daily basis. So I believe there is a true opportunity for all the Korean startups to think global right from day one. I'm super impressed with Korean startup ecosystems, the part that I have seen so far. It is a booming domestic market for many cases, but I believe domestic market can take us in a good step. Yeah. But if we think global from day one, that will help also better, having better footprint in the local market. Because in the past, internationalization was like a nice to have, but I think today is not optional anymore, right? And all the digital capabilities that we have, it makes it possible to think global, unlike 20, 30 years ago. So I hope we can take that benefit.
So yeah, since you have many experience in many multi-country related to international growth, so I have to ask this question: what is the 4 most important factors in international growth?
All right, let's boil down to 4. I think the first one is clarity. Yeah, absolutely. Being 100% laser focused on the value that you bring to the table, on what problem are you solving, why are you better than anybody else on the market, but not by just 1, 2 statements, by having the data telling you this is not 10x or 100x better. Because if as a startup, if I'm not clear myself about the value we bring, how should the others be, right? So that's the most important. The first one, clarity. Second, especially when you look at international capabilities, context is very important. Where are you operating your business? Because one needs to localize in order to resonate. So it's not only transaction. We have to think beyond. It's not translations, right? localization is a lot more. We need to understand the local business processes. We need to look at, what are the workflows actually that will touch our software or individuals, depending on which business you have. And also looking at the people who are going to use your software. What are the behavior prices, the behavior ways, and then finally also the pricing. So all of this, let's call it the context, the second C. The third one is credibility. Credibility is really sharing and saying, okay, trust is everything in the new market, right? So look at it from you as well. Suddenly a new product comes to you and say, hey, buy this. And what's your drive? The articulation of value, saying it resonates with me, the context. And third one is under what credibility. So if you have the local credentials, testimonials, certifications, that should be spelled out really, really well. If by chance I come from Europe, so we're very, very keen and particular about regulations, so GDPR, EU AI Act. So once you have understood that and you're connecting with it, say it. That makes a big difference. So that's credibility, number 3. Number 4, channels. So channel has been a big struggle for many, right? Because there's so many ways. But I would recommend to just choose one or two, to the right customer segment.
Yep, yep.
And choose one or two that truly aligns the first phase of wherever you're entering.
Wow, yeah.
4 Cs.
Yeah, 4 Cs. So clarity and context and credibility and channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4C frameworks really resonate me as well. I thank you for sharing, first of all. At SAP, we've seen how important the 4 elements are. So we helping the startup by giving them the access to global ecosystem, the customer platform, even co-innovation programs.
Yeah. So based on your experience, you've seen both, right? You've seen like the growth of a lot of customers, but you also have seen the decline when people were not adopting those new technologies. So what's from an SAP perspective, what advice and offerings can you offer to the startups?
When it comes to growing your customer base, I think I like to break in customer management into 2 buckets. The first one is acquisition, and second one is retention. The keeping the customer is usually cheaper and more effective than getting the new one. Bringing a new customer, people often thinking about trying to like a special discount and more email and SNS. But these stops can be the backfire if you not care about it.
Absolutely.
But, then second one is customer data is essential. So you must collect customer data from very early stage of your business. So these customer data to enable the future strategy like customer segmentation and special pricing, those strategy based on the customer data. So at the end of the day, the customer data is foundation of growth. But maybe you think about, we already using CRM services to collecting customer data. But my point is, and real question is, can you pull together all the data into one place and analyzing channel, region, pricing, and product? And that's the key to if you want to run smarter strategies. For instance, SAP have 15 years about using those technology and making a new pricing policy and going forward and going broad. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. Speaking of, I mean, SAP in 50 years, is there anybody who does not know SAP? Everybody knows SAP?
Maybe no.
Okay, very good. No, but it's important what you said, Hichol. I think in the end, that customer data is the foundation of growth. And if you segment it well, like you said, then we can have better approaches for different customer segments. Because in the end, it's not about only having a great product. While startups focus on building their own products, which they should, because that's the value proposition you're bringing into the market. It's also about fitting it into the right environment. So SAP actually helps both on the runway and also the lift. So what does it mean, right? So first is, when you build the product, many times, and I meet many founders, and you're on a good growth path, they forget to build the company behind the product, right? And that's important, and that can become a big problem in your growth because, you know, you're adding new employees, you're adding new customers across the globe or, you know, in different regions, international billing and all of this. Suddenly, if you don't have this prepared as a background, then it really hurts. And we call it like a teething issue, but it's more than that. But one has to think strategically about how to build that infrastructure, how to have your company built that can scale as well. It's not only the product that scales, right? That's very important combination. And SAP helps with that with portfolio for both as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When you are scaling out, choosing the right send point is really matter. So we preparing two journey, rise with SAP and grow with SAP. So in the grow with SAP is ready for the startups, and in the grow with SAP we have core, the cloud ERP, and you could start with finance and HR only, but you could expand it then product and supply chain management and R&D. You could imagine that. So we call it, that is a composable ERP. So you can, you have flexibility to grow and adapt quickly. What exactly mean the startup need is. So by having in these things like compliance and security from the beginning, you can avoid many headaches later. Whether it's due to audit or partnership or expanding in the new market. Yeah.
Absolutely. So focusing on building the product, yes, but don't forget to build the company behind your product. Both are equally important to help you win new customers and grow in your new market. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to add one more things to startups. Like Apple, we have our own SAP store. So this is online for enterprise customer. So the SAP store can be a powerful gateway for startup to reaching the global customer. So this customer is not an individual end customer. So this customer is enterprise customer. So imagine that. So by listing your solution up there, so you are instantly tapping into trusted networks used by enterprise around the world. So as you know, the 80% of GDP touching by SAP. Yeah. So which means you can scale beyond the broad, faster with a credibility.
Absolutely, that's a fantastic offering because, you know, SAP's reach is huge, right? 450,000 customers worldwide. Plus, if you're looking at the European market entry, partnering with someone like SAP is one of the best things you can do, and you can be found in SAP store. That's a great offering, Hichol. So you're offering both. The one is helping startups to adopt SAP software that will grow with them as the company grows, and opportunity to partner and be on SAP store.
Yep. And in terms of market, I want to ask one question. So if I'm a startup founder and thinking about going global, but I'm not sure where to start, so what kind of helping is out there to explore a new market and before making big move?
Yeah. Wait. Thank you. That's quite a question. I mean, there are so many ways. So how do we filter out? So let me start with a couple of things that we as Asia Berlin directly offer. So first is I invite all of you to come to Berlin on 24th of April. Sorry, 24th of November. April's gone.
November.
24th November at the City Mayor Hall. There's a conference called Asia Berlin Summit. And that would be a very good way to explore Germany, because once you land in Germany, you access rest of Europe as well, right? It's, you don't need to repeat your business how do you say, business strategy differently. It's a different connected market, but it's a single market in the end. So yeah, Asian Berlin Conference would be good because that's where you meet VCs, you meet potential customers, also the people from public affairs and governments and so on. The other couple of programs I can recommend also via Asia Berlin, and check out Asia Berlin. It's, we have the expansion lab and the landing pad programs, right? So those would be nice way also to, you know, go really spend a week in that new market, figure out, you know, who you want to meet. Is that really a match? And get the first-hand feedback. It's much better to map that first-hand experience and feedback with the data you collect about a certain country, right? So I would recommend to leverage all of those chances.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. So I want to share what SAP doing back beyond the customer. So I think everyone knows about the Samsung, no? The Samsung use SAP as a backbone, but many people doesn't think about the small company could use SAP as a backbone. So recently we have a customer, Grab, which is another startup. So they employ almost 170 and 4 billions of revenue they generating. But those startup could be our customer. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, it's a big range, huh?
Yeah, so big range. Yeah, big range. Samsung to Grab, and also do you know the BTS, right? Yeah, BTS, and so top 5 entertainment company. The 3 company using SAP as a backbone. So my point is, the SAP is beyond your business, running your best. So, for example, the BTS, the JYP, they entertaining the people, not running the business. We helping you running the business. You do your passion. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's fantastic. Yeah, and while we are at this growth part, Hichol, what are the common mistakes or common pitfalls that the startups tend to do when especially expanding globally, right?
Yeah. One common mistake we've seen is trying to what works in Silicon Valley and applying directly to other market. But really, every market has its own culture and customer behavior and regulation as well. So you already mentioned that what works in US often need to be adapted to fit local reality. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, Korean startups, and I've met a lot in the last days, especially in the last couple of days, they have some amazing strength, right? You're really good at, you know, the speed is amazing, right?
Pali.
Yeah, Pali, without taking the eyes off. So really speed with the product quality. So the product quality is coming out of here good. They have a great design, yeah? So just just imagine when you want to go global with that, have that global empathy built in, using your strengths, and not losing them, because I believe what makes you unique is all of that, together with Korean values. So using the Korean values, global empathy, a localizable strategy for the market you're addressing is a differentiator which I encourage everybody to think about. This would be a really winning combination.
Yep, yeah, totally agree.
I add some English pun intended. So go global without losing soul,
Yeah, without losing soul. Yeah, we are Korean. I think we have a couple of minutes, so let's do a quick fire round and share some global practice takeaway. Ready?
All right.
Ready? Yeah. My first question is, what is the first thing Korean founders should do before expanding to Europe?
Talk to 10 real customers. Not partners, not VCs, not bridge builders, real customers who are going to buy from you. Talk to them first, identify them. That's important.
Talk to 10 customers. Okay. 10 customers. Starting from there. And my second one is, what is the most underrated growth tool?
I believe the referral loops are pretty underestimated, right? So it actually has a lot of power. You have your network already built, which can send signals for you. So referral loops are important. Think about the referral strategy and reward mechanism.
Yeah, I also buying several things by my friend. Yeah. And third question is, what makes Korean startups stand out global?
Thanks, and I mentioned a little bit. I mean, you have the Bali, the speed, the technical solution and quality is usually very good. Design is fantastic. Content creation is good. I think, add on that a little bit on mastering the storytelling part of it, and that would be really making Korean startups stand out.
Yep. And my last question is, what is the worst mistake you've seen? Worst.
Well, it's a very common mistake. You hinted to that as well. Just trying to be the next Silicon Valley instead of keeping your unique values and thinking about different KPIs, different value-based KPIs and incentives to run the company. I think that's very important. We're not Silicon Valley here. We're not Silicon Valley in Germany either. So there's no need. We can find different cultural ways to do business.
Yeah. Korea has already proven to can be innovate at a world-class level. This Seoul, yeah. We've met a lot of startups and a lot of potential already in here. So now it's time to drive in global impact, and SAP here to support that journey. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Hichol. Great pleasure to see how SAP supports and understand for me also the dynamic and budding Korean ecosystem. So think about it. Going global, it's not about just operating in another language, right? It's operating in another understanding customer's language, wherever the customer is. That's really global. It's about understanding the language, understanding them culturally, emotionally, having that connect depending on, what your business really is, but think about it strategically. And yeah, once again, we just had a session earlier on the EU side, and I'll say future, once again what I said there, future does belong to the people who work together. So going global is not about going alone. More partners, more friends you will make along the way that will help going faster, longer, and smarter, but together. So all the best to everybody, and thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.